Wait, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go to the bathroom.
No, it's too late. It's too late for that. And the button has been pushed. Everybody say hi. Hi, 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 hi.
Hello.
Ahoy!
Welcome back to mlptg, the Bannermanes, episode 136, until further notice. But what will happen today? That's for me to know and you to find out. As for what happened last time, Swift.
Last time on the Bannermanes, the party was in the middle of a fight with Chair, the big inflatable that was not the enemy, but rather inside of a giant mech, along with the rest of the thread rippers that we had found in that cave. Party got through the rest of their brutish fight against the big mechanical boss man, and Ord's mom came to Peanut Gallery for us, and provided less than positive support to her daughter throughout the fight. And after we cleaned up the mess, Triple Sevens was asking around the unconscious bodies. I forget exactly what Triple was asking them about, but there was talk about Triple. Do you remember what you were asking them about?
Just their motivations.
Yes, their motivations, right. It didn't really lead to much anyways, except one of them had said some unfriendly things about Swift's mom and got punted in the face for it. The party did go back to Brashville, and they did have a chance for Ord and her mom to have a heart-to-heart, heartfelt conversation to understand each other a little bit better. And then Ord's mom told us to teach her how to swim or help her pass on to the afterlife, and we said okay, but that's definitely not the priority right now. And then we waited. We just hung out for the next couple of days for the airship to arrive, which it did, and we got picked up, and we began our trek to, I believe we're going to be dropped off at Poulton, where we're going to catch the train.
Yes.
Yeah, right here.
Yep, you guys got to Poulton. There's a brief thing. You guys are pretty much in this train station right now, is where you're at. Yes, the kindly gentleman, Sir Toppin Haddam, if you remember him, is still just like going around trying to see if there's any other inventors around while you guys wait for your train. As you guys like start to get set up and everything. Question would be, how, I guess Swift has his own ticket, pretty much comped by him. That would be, that would only be 20 gold, actually, to get.
Oh, right. Hootin' Hatton, because we're going to talk about Mango.
Yes.
Mango?
Yeah.
Fun conversation.
He's certainly around for it. I can assume that you guys are probably starting to get into the train. Yeah, probably. We can, for sake of brevity, we can get your train tickets, and then one by one, you kind of go through Golden Port's TSA, if you will. They kind of just like look you up and down. Though they seem to have an extra question this particular day. Do you have any inventions or projects going in or out of Golden Port in the future?
On us, like
yes.
among our party.
Yeah, they're just like asking if your intent is to bring a project aboard the train.
No. I guess I don't know if we have to disclose it, but we've got that one, and he'll point to wherever Fortuna is.
I don't think any of us is smart enough to actually make an invention.
They kind of look towards each other. You're good. And they allow you to go in. From like the as you guys kind of like step onto the platform, like the train is kind of like hissing away. You hear the electric thrum of the train tracks below it, and of course you see the Node 7. It's flying off. You had mentioned to the captain that you want him to go kind of like south and just kind of hang out above the ocean in case either party kind of needs him, right? He's kind of up and away, and he's flying off. And you guys kind of like step into your own little train cars, one by one, and
Yeah.
of course, you guys get to ride with Sir Topham Haddam. I'm so excited, he says.
Why is that?
Oh, it has been years since I've been to this place.
You've been before?
In my youth, yes. I got to see one of Mr. Mango's better exposés. Probably the one that landed him in a lot of trouble. Really, kind of like thinks a little bit, but it inspired me to go above and beyond. And well, you'll have to see.
It just sounds like that was a very inventive. Inventive ponies will probably get into a little bit of trouble here and there, but that's part of the process, I'd imagine.
Oh, surely, surely. Well, the main thing is, and he waits till the doors close, right? And he looks around. There's no clockwork ponies here, but like he sees Fortuna, so he just kind of like whispers up to you. He's just like, the main thing is that Goldenport doesn't technically take too kindly to people who are better at inventing than they are. So, if you have something that is, well, incredible, per se, well, if you're showing it at Goldenport and it happens to steal the show, you can probably bet you won't be in the expo the next year.
That's stupid.
Oh yes, and he kind of smiles. It's why we particularly like it whenever Mango decides that he'd like to show up. You see, they've banned him from showing things, but every single year he does something. He always does something, that lad.
Yeah, real underdog guy.
And he kind of puffs out his chest. Oh, he's doing it for us, I'm sure.
Yeah, I like that. We should go there.
It does sound like him. However, all we've seen from him so far are things like automatic toasters and stuff like that. Things that are really neat, but I couldn't see them holding a candle to half the stuff they make at Goldenport.
Oh, trust me, lass, trust me. He's kind of like, he shakes his head. Those are his pet projects. Yes. Usually he spends all year putting together one big thing. And I have to imagine that's probably what he was doing. And he kind of thinks for a little bit. Really makes you wonder. And I do wish to remind you, I mean, you guys did see that base cannon from the from the Final Fight episode did have Mango Tech like on it, and it seemed to be like parts being shipped into Goldenport.
Whatever it is, it better be worth the 100 gold I invested on it.
Oh, 100 gold! And he kind of looks at you, Fortuna, in a little bit of surprise, because he kind of like looks you up and down. Aren't you from Goldenport?
They don't mean a graveyard.
Oh, how unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it wasn't in Sprocket Canyon.
I think I may have too many guns on me.
Guns. Oh, as if Clockworks would make guns these days. You are quite the jokester, you. Why is she giggling like that?
Oh shit. I
Because she's corrupted. That's part of our to-do list when we get there.
Okay, well, so long as you have the wrench and the gumption to do so, if you need help... He kind of like looks. Now he looks interested, and he's looking over at Fortuna. I would not mind trying to fix up an... Yes.
I am operating at 100%.
Well, what, have you worked on stuff like this one before?
Oh, no. They wouldn't let me near any one of their machines.
I'm gonna sense ulterior motive on his, offer.
Go for it.
Maybe it's just an inventor, though, you know? You know how inventors are.
Feel free to. Blind perception.
Okay. Can I actually use my deception because I've got that thing?
Yes.
I think I've been talking to him long enough.
Yes.
Ow, shit, I burned myself. Ouch.
As you kind of like,
Wait, I gotta roll.
Yeah. Now, question is, how are you trying to trip him up?
Well, I guess she wants to know if he's being honest in his offer of help. So maybe she'll say something like, Fortuna has been traveling with us a long time, and it's just happened recently. Maybe you've heard of something going around? Like a virus or something?
No, can't.
First thing you should look at is that chip.
Yeah, it's like a virus, a chip. Now you may be onto something. Now your role, Electra, would get that as he's kind of like thinking about this. He wasn't really tripped up or anything. He just genuinely seems to be interested in Fortuna.
Okay.
You know, like you said, like not every day that you see a specimen like this. A specimen. So you know, the train starts. You feel
specimen.
You feel a lurch and the train starts to move. The buzz of electricity, the whole 9 yards. Oh, and we're off. Look at that. He kind of like completely switches his focus as you ask, "What do you mean by specimen?" You know, like he totally does not answer that question. He kind of like looks out the window. These tracks. You don't even feel a bump. You don't. And it's already like going like, you know, starting to pick up speed. You're going about 25, 30 miles an hour. And then, if you're looking out the window, somewhat odd, you see that the whole power line, like all the electricity down the track going toward Fort Advocacy, flickers, and stops. And with it, all the lights in the train kind of like turn off as well, and it slowly just kind of comes to a gentle stop. Of course,
That was quick.
yeah, and then kind of looks at what the, and it, like, you know, you guys are kind of like looking out, that kind of thing. And the first thing you guys see is that the lights suddenly, like a yellow light in the room, just like an emergency light, kind of flicks on. You guys hear something over the speakers. And then somebody speaking through it.
Attention, all passengers. The train has come to an unexpected stop. Please stay seated while we assess the issue. Thank you.
Boo!
Delays.
Yes.
Swift just squints at the ceiling, at
Wait,
whatever
what did Swift
speaker.
say?
Whoa! You squint at the speaker. It doesn't speak back to you.
I want to get there ASAP. Let's go. He starts
What
walking
was
out.
it? What was it that you said?
Hold on, Triple. This is still going to probably be quicker. We just have to see how long it'll take.
I have a feeling that this is going to take a
The
while.
train is under repair. Estimated time to completion. 5 days.
What?
I can't help out with that. I'm
You
going to
guys-
stay on this train and wait.
You guys would like to play some blackjack?
Sounds about good to me.
Wait a minute. They say the train's under repair, but I
5
think the problem
days.
goes deeper than that. The whole track seemed like it lost power.
Indeed.
Any of you strong
you-
enough?
You say 5 days, Swift.
Yes.
Just rubs
Okay.
his temple.
How about we pull the train?
I think that would be slower than walking.
Hmm.
Very astute, Angel Scales.
We got two options. We can either find out what's causing the loss of power, or we could find a new source of it.
Let's go. I'm gonna go see if we can find Repair Pony.
Well, we have an inventor right here.
No, you. He's like doing like the, yes, stop it. You know.
Have you ever worked on locomotives?
No, but stop it. You know.
What's the worst that could happen? He breaks it?
No, I suppose Pingwing had never worked on pyramids when he was in Wati.
Sure.
So sure.
Is he blushing right now?
I feel like Pingwing's probably like in the car like ahead, and he's like hyperventilating, and Duck is over there like it's just like somebody who's afraid of airplanes. Kind of seems like he's like you could probably hear just barely through the doors and windows, right? It's just like I knew something was gonna go wrong. I knew something was gonna go wrong. And it's just like it looks up. Oh, do we really have to stay here? And you probably hear the voice again.
I'm sorry. You've reached your question limit. Please try again.
That's stupid.
Why don't, yeah, I like the idea. Why don't we go try to find an engineer and see if our inventor has any ideas?
All right, Tootin' Hatton, you're coming with us.
All right. And, he smiles, he pulls up his top hat, and he gets up. All right, I would imagine they'd probably be at the front of the train. And he kind of looks back, he looks forth. Thankfully for us, it seems like this one is only 2 cars and an engine, so it shouldn't be too much of a trek up. Now, like, this train is stopped. There's no power here, so there's no power to the doors, so you could just feel free to open them up.
I open one up.
All right, you open it up, you step out. I mean, you have to kind of like jump off away from the train, in that way that's just like, okay, well, I mean, if you do touch the track, it's probably going to be deadly, but it doesn't seem live right now, so you jump onto the ground.
Is there any doors between the
there?
Like,
oh yes, if you're going like to the next car,
straight up, yeah.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You open up the second car to Pingwing's and Duck's little car, and there's probably some other folks that are there as well, like looking at Pingwing with concern. Is that lad all right?
What?
Him. He points toward Pingwing. He's got like a little paper bag. He's puffing.
Oh, is that an NPC?
Yeah, it's just some random dude on the train.
Okay. Yes. Deeper voiced Thumbtack. That he's all right.
Yeah.
Deeper.
And he kind of looks up. I thought, no, like Mr. Swift.
All right, Pingwing. He's gonna pat Pingwing on the head. It's all right. It's
boy.
A train that's not moving can't crash, so you're fine.
Unless there's another train coming.
Oh yes.
The puffing, like through the fucking bag.
Let's hope that's not the case.
We'll get this fixed ASAP.
And the door at the end of this one, leading up to the engine room, is also unlocked. You open it, and you look into the place where it'd likely be some controls. I guess you'd open up the engine room first, right? There's doors between the cars, and you'd open it up and see... well, I mean, they're trying something. It's clear that there is a conductor on the train, and then they're going for it. They're seemingly trying to fix some issues. Though they kind of like look toward, hey, who's there? And they turn around and see you guys. You're not supposed to be here. We're fixing the train. Don't worry.
You expect us to wait for 5 days? What are we supposed to eat?
And he kind of like looks toward his mate, who just kind of like shakes his head. We always pack provisions, emergency provisions, obviously. Dying to leave you out in the wild, says his partner. Yeah, what he said. And this guy, like the other guy, kind of like crawls underneath, like some control panels. You hear him kind of like a little bit muffled. I'm not seeing anything that's wrong with this thing. You sure that the track just stopped working? Yes, I'm quite sure.
Well, we've got a second opinion here, if that might be able to get a better look.
And he, top of my head, I'm just kind of goes like, oh, yeah, these dudes.
Hey, play it cool, just do it.
I am Sir Choppermatum, and he kind of walks forward. He's just like, they just kind of like, hey, stop, Golden Port Tech, you're not allowed to. And he kind of like looks, well, I probably know some of it. No, you don't. Nobody knows this. Only we do, they say. You back off. And Topham Haddam gives you guys like a see, like sort of like look.
Are you worried that he's going to mess something up?
I may help with this. I'm gonna have to roll a deception roll here.
1 second, triple first here. Triple, were you saying that to the folks?
Yes.
Sorry, repeat your question one more time.
Are you worried he might mess up?
Worried he might. Worried he will.
Would you be more comfortable if you could watch him during the entire process?
They look toward each other. Give me a diplomacy check, Triple.
Sure. Okay, hold on. There you go.
And they kind of like peek at each other, look at him. Yeah, right, but if you break this train, it's on your dime. Topham Haddam kind of like does a little thing with his hat. Deal. And he kind of like goes under. Now, let's take a look here. Yes. You have a little bit of power here for backup things. Oh, yes. And this one. And, yes. Well, and he slowly comes back out of underneath the little wherever he's looking. You know, he's taking some time doing the thing. I'm sorry to say, lads, everything looks good. He looks between like the two other clockworks here. It simply is just the rails have no power.
What powers these rails?
And Topham Haddam doesn't look like he knows, but like the two clockworks kind of peek up. The power comes from Fort Advocacy. That's and it's almost like speaking. He's like speaking to you, Triple, as if you don't know anything about anything. He's like, you know, somebody speaking to you very condescendingly about not knowing anything about computers, right? They're just like, have you ever heard of a substation?
No, I have not.
Well, it distributes power to all of the rails in the entire land of Estion. That's what Fort Advocacy does. Which is...
Are there more substations?
No. It's the single point of failure in case anything goes wrong.
That's stupidly inefficient.
No, this has never happened before. They actually like look very confused. I wonder if they just went down from maintenance.
Does that happen often, though?
Wait, how did you give us a prediction of 5 days?
And he kind of like looks up. Usually it's an automated thing. It's just, for the most part.
You automatically assume 5 days to fix any problem?
They kind of like look at each other. I mean, it depends on the issue, of course. If it's an engine problem, it would be 10 days, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So, 5 to be safe.
Sounds reasonable.
And he kind of like scratches his clockwork head with a little like, right, and kind of looks outwards. Until then, I suppose emergency procedures, we just roll it right back to Pulton. And he looks back. I mean, you guys aren't too far away from that station, and you guys have emergency power. They can quite literally probably just coast there very slowly.
Why would you not have a generator directly inside the train, though?
That's the thing, and you know, as you feel that the train start moving backwards, right? One of the clockworks there is just kind of like making sure everything's optimal, but it's nothing to do but wait here, so they're just talking to you. I don't recall this happening in my time being alive. What about you? And the other guy like kind of like looks over. Well, you know, it's happened once. It's happened once. And that was when I was junior. A little junior on the tracks here. I remember that they were putting in the new train switches. You see, they switched the tracks. You know, Ford Advocacy's got a lot of spinning places and a lot of electricity through it. So, naturally, they were trying to switch the tracks one particular day, messed up the routes, and whammo! Poof, substation blows up a little bit in one place. Took down the whole rail line for a second. So either they're switching tracks where they're not supposed to be, or somebody else is meddling. I'm telling you that.
Probably those gobos again.
Gobos. Gobos wouldn't step foot near that thing. And he says thing in reference to Fort Advocacy.
Gabos are pretty simple-minded. I don't think they would gain much from destroying that. If anyone was going to destroy this, I feel like it would be something a little more coordinated.
Right, I got a question.
Yeah?
Does that mean that okay, so here's the thing. Trade's down and all that, but that implies that it's the whole train lines in the entire land of Astion is actually down, right? Not just for that, it's not just this track.
Yeah.
God damn.
At least that's the
You guys,
at least that's the assumption here, given the information he's given you.
you guys need more redundancies. What the hell?
We got plenty of redundancies. Maybe it's just this line. I don't know. Like I said, the guy, is with the experience of this all the way. A very rare thing. I've not seen this happen since then, so, I guess, we'll sit and wait, yeah?
Maybe you will. Swift's gonna use his, ring of messaging to cast a sending towards the captain of the ship. Tell him the train broke down, substation in Fort Advocacy is down. We need you to take us to Fort Advocacy.
You get a sending back. Aye, lad, I've told you, I'm not going near them.
Well, what about north to it, potentially? If we could just go a little bit north to Fort Advocacy and then walk in there, that might also be an option. We could then use a train from Fort Advocacy to Goldenport itself. Or like Wolford.
Give me a diplomacy roll. I
Well,
suppose,
I think, yeah,
well,
what
I
else
can't
Swift
even.
does it?
Okay, if we want to wait an hour for me to send that message again.
I don't think Walford actually has a train line, though.
I mean, like, yeah, you said that sending. It's not like the captain, like, is an idiot or anything. So, like, I mean, you probably see the distant ship, right? It's starting to make a big turn, like, toward you guys. Just out in the thing. Just keeping its distance from the train.
Got to roll diplomacy?
Yeah. There's like a as one of his 25 words, and then no closer than Wolford.
Alright, well that'll do.
We'd still cut a lot off our journey.
Yeah, do we walk from there?
That's true.
Yeah, we can just walk from there.
Unless you think your sword can make enough lightning to make these tracks work again.
Whoa, wait a minute. That's an idea.
Do we just jump the sword into the tracks?
That sounds dangerous. I feel like that could backfire.
Well, we have an
Don't think
inventor
of it.
over here.
Well, maybe ask him. He'd have a better idea.
The inventor's kind of like looking like, yeah, going to stick a sword on live tracks.
Well, the tracks don't have power.
But the sword won't provide that. He says, like, with absurdity in his voice.
Oh, it can provide plenty of power.
I wouldn't recommend it. He shakes his head. No, that would be a recipe for disaster. That would result in that blue coat of yours to be turned blackened. I'm sure.
Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to do this one party. We're gonna have to just wait for the ship.
You know what? The picture that Frank posted earlier, it's true now.
It is.
Yes.
67 amps. We haven't tried 67 amps.
Yeah, we gotta try 67 amps. Come on. And at least for 480 cold stuff power.
Alright, but we're just, we already asked the captain to turn around, so it'd just be wildly inconvenient if he got here and then we didn't need him, and we'll just wait for him.
Oh, indeed. And eventually
God,
he
we're
does.
going for the river.
Eventually, he does get close enough that you guys do see that. He lowers everybody. All the other people who aren't part of your like the party is just like, wow, they're gonna send us a whole airship, you know, like Duck
no.
Duck is the one saying just like, no, it's ours. Move. Excuse me. Yep. Opens the door, right? Pulls Pingwing through and closes it.
Yeah, you heard the last. Make room.
Yeah. They push through the doors. Pingwing's like, he steps out into the open air and he's just like, he lands on the ground and he just starts going just like, oh, sweet ground.
Pingwing, we're going on an airship. Why are you not scared of that one?
Oh gosh, I'm a flightless bird, I forgot.
What?
You can't fly?
You know how they make birds fly, Pingwing?
Oh.
They push them out of the nests.
Oh, no.
Look, what I'm saying is that we have an airship. You've never been afraid of that airship, and now you're afraid of a silly little train.
Yeah, Duck is looking at him
airship.
too with that same look like, yeah, Pingwing, haven't you been on this before? Yeah, but never after a train ride.
You do realize that airships are much more dangerous than trains, right?
I'm going, what? Nobody ever told me this.
But there was nothing wrong with the airship. The train had a problem.
And then he just starts being like, oh, somebody should have told the conductor we had a problem. And then you hear, like, again,
Were you trying to say, conductor, we have a problem?
no, I was not.
I can't believe I missed that.
And he's just kind of like, oh, go, no. And Duck has to like pull him onto the ship. You guys kind of fly on there one after the other. Hey, what's wrong with this lad all of a sudden?
He's just nervous.
Just toss me overboard, Captain. I'm gonna die. I know, lad. No, we're not. We're going to Wolford.
Okay.
Now you do.
Wilford Brimley.
Yes. And as you guys kind of like fly off in that direction, you guys, somebody give me a D100. Nice.
What? Oh, didn't I forgot the slash. So did Swift. Oh,
No, I did.
Let's see here, everybody. A wonderful roll of 49. As you guys kind of like start flying out this way. I mean, you guys are kind of high above. You peek over the hills, and you're finally able to probably see in the distance Goldenport, or rather, where it might be. You can't exactly see Goldenport because the entire area around it is smog.
Oh man, it must be so nice. Look at all that.
Fresh air, says Fortuna.
Yeah, look at all that fresh air.
Are there a lot of non-robotic ponies that live there?
I don't know.
Oh,
I think it's
You
been a
know if
while
it's safe
since
to
she's
breathe?
been there.
I don't think I've ever been there.
You came from there, so.
I don't remember it.
You don't remember
Fair
anything?
I woke up in a graveyard.
Well, maybe we can find out why.
We
that's
know
the first
why.
thing you remember?
Yeah, that's the first thing I remember. But considering all we've been through and how they handle weapons, we know the reason. Come on.
Whoops.
Oh,
I want to see the robots. What is 3636?
It's me keeping track of the calendar day. Yeah, put that right here. It's just easier for me to count it because I have to keep track of what days you guys are on.
yeah, with the two parties, that makes sense.
Yes. So, yeah, your party's on the 36th right now. That actually matters for holidays. Wow. There we go. All right. And so, really, I mean, the day passes without too much of a of anything. I mean, you probably see some things down on the ground, but there's not much in this area that would mess with you in the air. In fact, it doesn't seem like there's much wildlife in the air here. Kind kind of odd. But the fact remains that throughout the day, as you're watching that track from a distance, maybe borrowing the eyepiece from the captain, it does indeed seem as if that track doesn't really come online until like late at night, and then it turns on and then it turns off. And it flickers. It seems like it's definitely having some intermittent issues here. And the second day take you to about sunset. You'll get 2 actions technically free right here from Wolford. You guys kind of taken to the town at the foothills of a mountain. Though you get a much better view this particular day as it comes in for a landing of Motif Mountaintop, where you don't necessarily see the top of the mountain given all of its clouds. You do, in fact, see just how ginormous it is. Where most mountains, you could probably just, you know, hold up like a thumb or 2 or 3, like out in the distance of the horizon. This one
clove.
yeah, like this one towers above. Like this would cast a shadow. It had, you know, with this, it probably does. It casts a shadow over Wolford as you guys like come to land, or at least you see the shadow of the mountain wherever, you know. I guess rises from the east, sets in the west. You see the westward shadow of the mountain cast over like Alco and like, you know, in that direction.
Is it morning?
Is it what?
It's evening, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like evening by the time you guys kind of like land just outside this little.
Yeah, so the shadow will be coming our way.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, what was the rising that we?
Does on this planet the sun rise in the east and set in the west?
Yes.
It could be
yes.
north to south, for all we know.
No. I've said it's in the east and west before, so I gotta stick with that one.
Okay.
The shadow would be over Wolford.
Yes. So
Maybe.
no, because if it's setting in the west, it would be over like Forbo or something. But you could certainly see it. Like it's close. You could definitely see the shadow and the weird clouds that seem to just stick around just that mountain. And
Player map.
I mean, the first to kind of greet you seems to be a small guard party almost. From Wolford. Kind of like waves.
I'm not looking forward to climbing that thing later.
Haha. Yeah, he kind of like he waves your way. It's a unique sort of creature. I don't believe you guys have seen one of these before.
Hmm?
Looks like a weird wolf with fire coming out of its, like, you know, fur. Hey!
Oh no.
Oh, I think I've heard of these.
And the whoever this guard is, I mean, they're kind of kitted out a little bit, but they don't have their weapons up or anything. Hey, what brings you to Wolford?
We're just passing
Oh.
through.
Train stuck. Train stuck.
Hi! And he kind of like blink. Well, that'll do it. We see on these, she kind of gestures upwards, takes off her helmet, and you indeed do see, if you've never seen them before, a phoenix wolf. He is, very much like gesturing up to the sky. All of the airships, they normally go to Basin Sage. It's just odd to see one land here.
It was the closest stars would take us, and as my friend mentioned, the train is down, so we're gonna be marching our way to Fort Advocacy, and we're on our way ultimately to Goldenport.
Very well, don't let me stop ya. I just have to do my job. Curious as to why there's a ship landing right outside the city, you know?
Of course, it'll be on its way out.
And,
Are you the main stitch?
I am not. I am the guard captain.
Okay, well, my name is Swiftsail, and this is Electra, and 777s, and that's Ord, that one's Ophi, that one's Pingwing, and that one is Duck.
Hi. And she kind of like nods each in turn, right? No. Fira, nice to meet you. And she gives like a bow of her head.
Wait, say it again?
Fira.
Fira.
Not the Führer?
No.
Fira.
Fira.
Nice to meet you, lass.
She looks like she actually looks at your guys' various badges if you have them displayed on, and it seems to just kind of definitely garner that you guys don't have, you're not up to anything. So yeah, It's nice to meet you. If you need a place to rest, I'm sure that the local tavern has it. Otherwise, I don't believe we have a qualm here, especially if you are simply stopping for a time.
Yep. That probably do best. Take a rest and then just head out first thing in the morning. Is your main stitch in town?
No, we do not have a Bannermanes chapter.
Oh.
I don't suppose you've heard anything about why the train tracks are de-energized?
No, we do not have a train line that goes through here. The Golden Ports did not deem it worthy enough, she says, with like a hint of like rolling her eyes.
Electra pulls out her map and squints. Oh yeah, it goes like across the river there.
Yes. Thankfully it is downriver. They do not care much about the pollution.
Oh, in that case, then I guess we'll find ourselves to the tavern. Well, at least I will. I'm not sure if anyone else wants to stick around and chat.
Gosh, I want to go to a tavern. I have to tell your story.
A chance to getting drunk?
And maybe a drink or two.
I
want to see the robots.
Will's
Like,
Tripple's just the kid in the backseat.
Yeah,
I want to see the robots.
Triple, you can oogle at me all day.
Okay.
Hey, you're supposed to be Ord's fake girlfriend or boyfriend.
That thing fell through.
Oh, right, it did. All right, and he's gonna give Triple a firm pat on the back.
But yeah, I guess if we're staying here, but one thing I think I'm curious about is what really are our goals when we get there to Golden Port? We want to find out what's going on with this war engine guy, right? But we don't really know if he's there.
Well, he's supposed to be there.
Wait, the sea engine is a guy?
No, that's just the way he talks.
Right.
What else? Yeah, it kind of is. What
That
else?
is very simple.
We'll learn as much as we can about whatever they know about the four whores as well. We're certainly gonna check on the sea engine. We're gonna have to look for maybe getting the key for ourselves. And then also to make sure that they know they are aware of Cher and Babbage.
Are we kind of going? Are we at the tavern at this point?
yeah.
Oh, speaking of, Fortuna, can you scry on them? Can you see where they are?
To try.
You can indeed.
The DC is really high, but worst case scenario, we'll let Pinkman do it. Let's see. I'm gonna try and strong on them.
Alright.
Okay, where the fuck is my primary there? No, it's not this Barracan Forest. Wait, technically speaking, I've used the crystal ball with that rune there. Can it act both ways, a regular crystal ball and the other thing?
What are you asking?
This is a crystal ball that uses scrying and all that, but technically speaking, I ruined it up to turn it into this. Can it work both ways now, or can I use it for regular scrying too?
It literally says you can cast a scrying spell to your specifications and you gain the benefits to choose the target.
I don't know, let's try scrying.
Whoa.
Like it actually lets you target into an event in the past that you're aware of too. You just can just act like normal scrying if you want to, and it works twice per day.
Well, let's just scry with them. Let's see if this works.
Fantastic. Let me do the thing. We'll save, yeah?
We'll save, I guess.
Let's see. Alright. As you try to scry in on the Sheriff of Nobles, I imagine?
Yeah.
You find that, let me just double check.
Actually, it's Babbage. We have his DNA.
Well, Babbage definitely has a different thing. Well, you try to scry on Cher. It's a good thing that this is twice a day, because you're immediately like, there's probably a moment where your entire crystal ball is just, for a half second, Cher's face going, "Try harder!" and then it shuts down.
Yeah, these guys are too powerful. Penguin, you want to take a crack at this?
Oh, he's kind of calmed down like a little bit. Oh, I can. I could give it a try, but not sure how good I am at it. And he's pulling out his
Last
book.
time you did it, well,
Okay. And I did mention that he was preparing scrying, so he does have that. That is a thing. Okay. So his DC is that. He starts casting it. Now let me double check something about scrying. I feel like Penguin, you know this.
I prefer laughing, honestly, but
Yeah, gotcha. Well, you see, you gotta be careful about these things. Yeah, you can't just you gotta give it a little bit of finesse. He says. Once again, Cher is immune to scrying right now, so he's gonna give Babbage because you guys have that, right?
yeah.
Nice. And Penguin, like his eyes kind of start glowing. Oh, let me borrow this for a second. And he just like puts his talons on the crystal ball. Kind of I'd say this uses that second version, the second version of your thing for the day, just to show the whole party the thing. But he puts it into the ball, right? And you start seeing what through an invisible scrying sensor to see Babbage and Cher and seemingly a number of Threadrippers on a train that still seems to be functioning. And Cher is laughing. And she is simply going, it's like, can you believe that they just tried to scry on me? And Babbage is just sitting on his back, right? He has a little paddle ball, like, toy that he's just like, huh? What? You idiot, she says. She thumps him on the head. They are trying to scry on us right now. Please tell me that they did not get to you. And he kind of like looks around. I didn't feel anything. Okay, good. she says. Ugh. By the looks of things, we're going to beat them to Goldenport. Hopefully, she says Cher, they've messed with that, they've messed with the fort properly. But I can't really say for sure.
What was that self-spawn mystery?
Something I wanted to ask really quickly, and I'm sorry
Yep.
because this is kind of something established before, right? But have we gotten evidence? If I recall correctly, there were like worries or concerns that the war engine might already be back on, right? And we know it's there, but have we gotten any like rumors of such a thing? Because I can't exactly remember.
I don't think it would be on at this.
No, like, I mean, you guys kind of know that the only way, like, through Moon Planner, the only way that this thing is turning on is with the key that Cher has, and she seems to be booking it toward Goldenport.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta get there first. And I would say that this is cause enough, honestly, that we could just probably start just moving ASAP,
Yeah.
but...
Honestly, Triple, if that thing went on, you would know right away. There'd be explosions everywhere, probably. I don't know, I've never seen it.
Everywhere?
But from what I've heard, that thing was shut down for a reason, I think.
Wait a minute. If that substation powers everything, if we get to it first, we can shut down their train before they get there.
And
Wait,
Sir
hang on.
did you question? Did you guys take Sir Topham Haddam with you, or did you leave him back at Fulton? That's the real question.
I would say he would be pretty useful to bring along.
Yeah.
Okay, because like he would totally be willing to go with you guys. It's just that was kind of up to you, and I never confirmed that with you guys. So he kind of peeks around a little bit at your thought there, Triple. Yes, that is I suppose one way to terrorize the train lines. He says with like a hint of like you're joking, right?
No, I am not joking. If they get there first, it's gonna mean the end of the world. Some temporary inconvenience isn't that bad in comparison, in my opinion.
Poor Topham had him. He kind of like is like blinking with like a little bit of disbelief, but like you look serious about it, right? It's kind of one of those moments where like a commoner is seeing this high-level adventurer dealing with world-ending problems. Like,
if you need someone to blame, just blame it all on me. The rest of the party doesn't need to do it.
Okay, what can I call you first?
My name is Triple.
Triple. Okay, Triple. Just Triple?
Full name is Triple Sevens, but yes, you can just call me that, and you can tell them that if you want. Of course, this is if it's okay with everybody, but I think you guys can see what I'm saying here, right?
And Pingling just kind of like, yeah. Makes sense to me.
Yeah,
any extra way to slow them down.
Yeah, we gotta get there first, and we gotta make their lives as hard as humanly possible, tonally possible to get there.
And Penguin just kind of like looks toward the rest of you guys. Oh well, we kind of were on a ship all day. Oh, if we want to book it right now, we could probably get a head start on going, or we could sleep here, or I suppose.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was just thinking the same thing. Seeing that they are actually on a train, that's makes it a little bit more urgent.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did we figure out what train lines they were taking? I guess by visual cues when we were supposed to try.
You guys didn't ask, but you are free to give me. I mean, it's still kind of going. It goes for 10 minutes, right? As you guys are kind of staring into this ball. If you want, I will take a society roll to try to determine where they might be.
Who's got the highest society?
I got the highest. Well, I assume I did.
Roll
assist. This is an assist roll.
Nice. Okay, you're gonna get a plus to your roll here, Swift. Wonderful. Swift, you almost immediately kind of recognize the area. They seem to be probably on the line going from to Bannermanes. I bring you to here actually. Show you. Namely by the fact that like as you're kind of like looking at the landscape, you probably see some pretty familiar sort of like views.
That guy. How much time do they got left?
Let's see if they have it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 days. 4 days to make it to Advocacy, then 5 and 6 days to be at Goldenport. But if we get to Advocacy, then
how many days do we got?
If you refresh your browser, actually, I've already updated the map. It doesn't have Douglas on it.
What happened to Douglas?
Don't worry.
The sea engine.
Goodness.
The sea engine.
The sea engine is
That
awake.
guys. It didn't like that.
Okay, so here's the plan. We get to Goldenport. We get some paint and we repaint the sea engine so it looks like something completely different. And they won't be able to find it.
Yeah.
It's gonna have racing stripes and all that.
Racing stripes? Whoa!
We can just paint it to like be like rusty, and they'll think it's not worth their time anymore.
Yeah,
we don't want this thing to go faster.
Make it rust colored. What? What are you laughing about?
Nothing.
This thing might already be rust colored. It's been sitting around for how long?
I'm not sure how long it was rusting away. Now, Duck is already singing songs, like, in the tavern. She hasn't necessarily heard you guys might be leaving already yet. She's just kind of like... She's found some person with a slide whistle who kind of has, like, that, like, perpetual, like, drollish look to them, like, I'm not good at anything. Like, you know, like, that kind of person, but he has, like, she's just like, no, you're great. She's trying to show him around the tavern and tell about the Bannermanes. She's kind of doing her whole thing. And you're gonna be one of the first members of the Bannermanes. And he's like, I've never been a fan of something before. Like, okay.
You've never been a fan of something before. What does that mean?
I don't
Exactly what he
know,
said.
but we got our first fan, guys.
Excellent plan, Duck. We may have to cut our stay shorter, though. We may not have the nights.
Gosh, really? We can't stay at the jeez.
I agree. If they're already on their way on a train, it's gonna take us a lot of time to catch up. Even though we're closer.
What's the math look like?
If you give me a survival check, I can probably get you that.
Well, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, Swift.
I know, I'm awful.
No. On the contrary.
Oh!
Swift, if there's one thing you're really fucking good at, it's racing.
Why? Why is that the one thing I'm good at?
Because you're really
Well, what-
fast. And you know if you go fast enough, you might be able to make it
Oh,
here.
because I'm swift.
You're swift. And you're sure if you remain swift on your hooves, you can get there in 4 days.
Come on, Swift. We can't be moderately fast. We gotta be swift.
I'm not standing here to be moderately fast. My Kieran and my egg aren't in a city across the whole country for me to be moderately fast.
Yeah.
Come on, Lot, we've got a world to save.
Alrighty.
Oh, quickly, let's buy out all their coffee. Alright, now we're ready.
Jesus Christ.
You got a couple bags of the stuff.
We didn't even get to drink some beer.
One for the road, Fortuna.
You guys got some catering special?
He says he's got like two little things he's smoking. It's coffee and a bunch of other stuff. He has like two little cigarettes in his mouth as he's running out there.
I'll say I bought some catering special for the party at Wolford. Fuck it.
Nice.
Alright. I like the sound of that, Fortuna.
Alright. So with that being the case, you guys start swiftly going down the road. Now you
Swiftly sailing.
Yes, now you guys are already like just in the evening right now, so you actually get a little bit of a head start in terms of like you get to, let's say like right here, before like the night ends. And I mean, I just imagine you guys are probably running to get this particular far way down here. This general road seems to be, I mean, it's hills. It's just, it kind of carves through the thing. It's not paved or anything. It's certainly just like a little hillside road. Contrary to like the paths that I know you guys are more accustomed to in the desert, which are like a little bit harder to see. It's more packed down sand. Oh boy, you're in Westernville, all right. That's true. But getting to the end of this particular day, I ask, are you guys settling down for the night?
If we're good to keep going, we've got to try to make up ground early.
I think I can keep going.
Let's go. I can just remember the robots.
You know what?
Triples
Anybody
juice.
who wants to sleep, just sleep on top of my box.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys start going, keep going. This is where I need to ask, what are you guys' constitution scores? +3, fantastic. What's Fortuna's? +4, fantastic. Ophi's, okay, +4, alright. So far so good. Swift +3. Triple +5, god damn.
Oh, that's why he's juicing so much.
Wait, what are you doing?
Juicing.
Give
Alright.
it up for J16.
Alrighty, Swift, sounds like you're leading the party. Give me a 1d2.
High or low?
2.
2. You advance 2 hexes.
Yo!
God bless Wicker.
What?
Where's Wicker?
I mean, this is just through the night travel.
Wicker rolled the 2.
Oh, shit. Oh,
He's with us in spirit.
my bad.
I can't smoke anymore.
Yeah,
It was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Wait, what have you been smoking?
Don't worry about it.
You have leave.
Maybe he had another one of those Kieran cigars.
Alright, so now this is where we rest, right?
Yes. I mean, you guys could continue pushing forward, technically, but Constitution saves or Fortitude saves are gonna have to start being rolled.
We could really keep going?
You
We
can go
until
you
we
can-
drop.
You can go a number of days, usually equal to about your Constitution modifier. Though usually by like the second day of not sleeping.
No. We'll rest here and then we'll push again tomorrow. That's the safer call.
I'll do the first check.
All right, D100, and let's see those perception rolls. Nice.
Alright, this is the D100.
All right. Nice.
And then I'll also roll a watch. Are the D100s not supposed to be blind?
Well, I know what they're supposed to mean, so they're fine if it's not blind. It's not
Okay.
like
So
I don't
there's no
really-
difference.
yeah, I don't
Okay.
really give you what's the it's just like I have a table of things I roll against. Okay.
I accidentally rolled a bit early. My perception roll is just right above the D100.
Yes, I do see that. Okay, so as you guys kind of like keep your eyes peeled for things, it's probably this night when you start to like feel like a light breeze blowing in from the south, and with it comes not a pleasant smell. It is pollution.
Ah, nice.
Gonna need like a gas mask or something.
This is not going to be good for my main Orpher, I can just tell.
I like how you guys left Sir Topham hat on that wolf.
What? I thought we
Wait.
brought him.
Well, you
Like-
did, but then you guys just take it off. I mean, unless
Well,
you guys have...
hey, remember, he could just ride on Fortuna's box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Like,
Comfortable?
do remember, he is a commoner, so I mean, he's...
Right, we gotta be a little accommodating.
Are you comfortable in there, Mr. Toppenhattan?
And he's like, this is the bumpiest ride I have ever had in my entire
This-
life! I love it!
Just try to stay away from my power line. We wouldn't want you to get fried.
No worries, no worries. He's more than okay doing this. And by the
You
time
know
you
your
guys-
way around.
By the time you guys wake up, the only thing you guys spot is Swift. You spot something interesting.
Me.
Nothing dangerous, but you, for a second, might think that you see a deer out there. But upon further inspection, whether you're going up to it or squinting at it really hard, you seem to see that it seems to be a construct of some sort. It's like wildlife, but the clockwork version.
Well, there you go, Triple. Here's your dream come true.
Interesting. Clockwork ruminant. Oh, I wonder if those deer have ever seen anything like that.
Its ears perk up, and it just acts like a normal deer, like an actual wild deer. It's not like sapient, really. It just kind of
Oh.
perks up and then skips away.
I feel existential.
What?
You're asleep.
Wait, oh yeah.
I'm having an existential moment in the middle of the night. This is great. This is just what I need to march to death to Fort Advocacy.
Alrighty. And
What's
you
that
guys-
Wait, is this supposed to be an X here? Because
You guys
Didn't
marched.
we-
You guys marched through the night. Yes, that was where a day has ended. Wait, no, yes, that's right. You're correct.
this day technically started over here, right?
Yes. Well, it started over here. Yes, you guys got here, and then you marched through the night and got to here. So I guess by technicality, if we're talking about midnight as day's ending, it would be right here, and you guys are about at like 10 o'clock a.m. right now.
Hang on.
That'd be correct. All right, it is a new day. You guys can feel it to power through if you wish.
How's everyone's hooves?
Hold on, I'm confused. So we marched through the night once, and it's the beginning of the day now?
It's like 10 or 11. It's a little bit later in the day because you guys wanted to rest.
Okay. So we did rest.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. I need a D100.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Now, question: if you're booking it, I'll take athletics rolls from the party as a whole. See if we can, how many we can book it, because usually by hoof you're going 2 hexes a day. Nice.
Wait. Oh my god.
That's Fortuna too, the one who can lift guys.
Oh yeah, you're doing perfectly fine with him on you. Nice, nice, nice.
Wet
All nice.
noodle.
Pingwing's turn. Okay, I got this, you guys. I got this.
Oh!
Yeah, he does.
He does. Just by a hair.
-1. How does he even have that at this level?
Because he doesn't look out.
Not at the
Well,
gym.
Yeah, get duck. Stickers, keys, that folder. Alright. Of course. Duck seems to be doing a lot better than me.
Oh my god.
Keep up, Slowpoke.
Yeah, but he gets one result better.
Yes, he does. He went from failure to success. So he's going. You guys get 3. Is 1, 2, and 3. As you guys go through this day. Swift with that D100 roll. As you are kind of like keeping a lookout, things that might approach you this particular day would be nothing. However, you've started seeing some weird pillars around. You know, like as you kind of like run by them. It takes you a second before you realize those aren't really pillars. They are giant gears that are embedded into the ground, and you're seeing one of the teeth.
It's so big!
Yes. Ginormous!
What the hell? What did gears like this even be used for?
To move stuff.
I want to climb it. I want to see how... Wait, no, I can't. We have to get there fast.
Yes.
A little bit longer, lad. A little bit longer.
I cannot activate it.
Alrighty, you guys are free to push through the night as well right here.
Let's go.
But at this point, you guys are constantly running. I already gave you your free hex for today, so if you want to keep going, I'm going to need fortitude checks from the party.
Let's give it a go.
If majority succeed, then we move forward a square.
Yep.
No, I got a hero point. Wait,
Okay.
I don't need to.
Majority,
right?
majority, yeah.
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 Maybe.
Swift,
I don't know if I passed or not.
you've kind of been like leading so gung-ho that explain your that one. like and how the party helps you in this situation.
Being so gung ho in a heavy wool coat, kind of like just gets a little heavy, and it's kind of getting heavier with sweat, and it's just kind of a lot to carry. And he's being very determined. Like he's looking more determined than the party might have ever seen him in the year that they've known him. Like he's just on him, and then he's ignoring his body. So that's eventually his body becomes too much to ignore.
Nice.
Yeah.
Would you like me to carry you?
Yeah, you got no room on the box with the other one.
On top. You can get on top of the box.
That's where the guy is, isn't he?
No,
Yes.
he's inside.
Oh, did you let him inside? Okay.
Yeah, I let him inside.
You whore.
Hey,
Alrighty. Yeah, yes, it's a little hard. Though with party NPCs there and Electra, that would be Electra. That would technically, let me just double check my DCs one more time. Need to double check.
Close. She's kind of wet noodly.
Oh yeah. Looks like with that, I'm just kind of calculating it out here. Triple, you're able to succeed. About a Fortuna succeeds. Swift, you have your moment. And but Electra, this particular hex is where you start pittering out. You, Penguin, and Duck collectively are kind of like really out of breath. This is where this particular day ends.
I can at least use a little bit of time to maybe gauge some of the info about it. Maybe we could ask Mr. Search Hop and Haddam about, like, I don't know, what kind of security usually these places has. Has he been, like, there before to see it himself?
Not like I said, I haven't been there since a while. I can't say if they have anything there or not, and they certainly wouldn't let me poke around.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So this particular day, looks like we're coming to a stop at this hex. So,
Sorry, guys. I don't think I can. I need a rest.
We made really good good pacing. I think that we caught up as much as we needed.
Just hope we're faster.
yes.
I think we can push through tomorrow.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, you guys kind of set up here. I'll need your perception checks. I'll need the. I already got your D100, so you're good. I just need perception checks. Whoever's on watch. Nice. Ripple, you peek around. Nothing seems to be jumping out at you during your watch. Alrighty. Let these other ones come in. There we are. Swift, same with you. There's nothing too particular that you see around. Though, Electra.
Ah.
You kind of swear you heard some, like, buzzing. You couldn't really pinpoint where it was coming from.
Like bee buzzing?
No, like a whirring buzzing. You know? You just heard it, like, occasionally, but you couldn't find where it was coming from.
Spooky.
I know, but nothing attacked you guys, so you guys wake up. Well, Electra wakes you up because she was the last one on watch.
I heard some weird stuff last night. And she describes it, just like Mimely described it.
Yeah. Electra went.
Maybe it's a campfire.
It didn't sound like one, but maybe I'm just tired.
Well, we're all alive. We are all alive, so good work on your watch, lass.
You as well?
He's tired.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
He's gonna roll back to his hooves and prepare for. Hopefully, it should be the last march.
So you get 2 hexes initially. If you want to push through, I'm going to need to see a majority of athletics checks succeed.
Sneed.
Oh, come on! Whoa!
Oh my goodness!
We've been booking it for too long, Mr. Squidward.
Two ones.
Oh my god.
Why do we get to have 2 ones?
What could be any worse than this? Okay. That would be so fucking funny if you rolled a 1.
Alright, I'm gonna use a hero point.
Okay. Alrighty, let's see. You get a reroll.
Oh,
I don't know if
gosh.
that makes a difference.
I don't know if it does either.
We will see. Ooh.
I can't move my legs, they
The
hurt too
chain is-
much.
A chain is only as strong as its weakest ping.
Yes, now Swift, while this particular day, now you are like, you wake up, you might have been tired to start, but you know, you're ready, you're to go, you're going. But like Triple is having like, you know, is breathing hard, Penguin's barely able to keep up, Duck is just like quacking with every other breath, like.
Nah. He kind of looks. He looks around. They all look beats. You know, look at the map again. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I think we'll just make it.
Yeah, I think tomorrow we'll have to do it all in one day. So this is going to be a bit of a thing. I don't know if there's any checks I can make, like society.
No, we get 2. We'll be there at the end of the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll be support advocacy. Yeah, it'll be day 4.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So this is where this particular day comes to a close. People actually getting a sleep in, if you will. And once again, if anybody is taking watch, feel free to do so. And I need a Demon 100. I need your Demon 100 from this particular day.
I can do that.
Go ahead.
Remembered the slash this time.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
I just had an idea. Why do we need to blame me? When we just blame Cher. That would put them on watch for her.
That's true. Who is this Cher person you talk about?
He's the person we're trying to stop. If I disguise myself as Babbage or Cher, then everyone's going to be on watch for them, not us.
Well, I hope they at least did something wrong, he says, like, a little worried that you're just, you know, putting some innocent person in danger.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. I like how Electra and Triple had that same, like, 2 sides of that particular statement. Alright. Alright, but Electra, let's see. Okay, we got 2 watches here. Is anybody doing a third?
Oh, yeah.
Too busy connipting.
Yes.
Or conniving, I guess is the word.
Ah, Triple! That's when you see something interesting on your watch. Let me see if I can find the right one. Oh yeah. There's the, you hear it. The whirring again. The one that Electra had, described to you in greatest hearing noises the previous day. Yes.
Is there another one of these big things that like another gear I can get on top of to get a view of the area?
Oh yeah, you get on top of the big gear, and that's where you see this thing probably pop out of the top of it.
Can I use a crafting thing to identify what this is?
Yeah, you don't really even need to. We've seen these things before.
These were in Wati.
Yeah.
The pyramid. The photographers.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see.
Come to take some more pictures, have they? So to give a little trot in place and then a pose.
And, you know, like, it's kind of like hovering around. It's just taking pictures. And then, you know, it's just kind of zooming around. And then you see it kind of go to the ground. It starts scratching at it. Scratch, 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 scratch. And then you see, like, another one, like, emerge from the ground as if it had been sleeping there.
This is an interesting place to find them. And he kind of looks over at the dirt.
Yeah. You look over at the dirt, maybe start hoofing at it a little bit, and it doesn't take you long. You really don't have to scratch too far before you start seeing metallic surface.
He's gonna keep digging.
Yeah, you start digging more and more.
Are you trapped, little fella?
And it, like, it's going to where your hoof is, and also scratching at the dirt, where you seem to be uncovering more and more little areas where these creatures have been buried.
What happened here?
And they're just popping out of this metal. you had 2 or 3 of them now, like 2 or 3 more of them.
Okay,
5
so
or
there's a like a metal under, like there's a solid thing of metal that they're in, and this solid thing of metal is underground.
Yes. You can't really tell where that metal thing ends.
Is it like Is it like a rectangle, or is it like a big square thing?
You have not found the edge yet.
I'll give it a few more minutes to try.
Yeah, you start scritching, scratching. You go so far as like 20 meters out and scratch the ground there. It doesn't take you long to get to that metal underneath the ground. Seems like an entire area under the ground here is just a giant blanket of brass almost.
Let's see, I don't know if I have any spells on me or any items to make this a little bit easier. Do you lot want to look into this?
Yeah, let's see if something like crafting could get us any information.
Alright, yeah, I'll take a crafting check for this. And if party's helping out, I could take your crafting as well. Yeah. Here we go.
This is like first thing. This is like during his watch, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
just still in her sleeping bag.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Oh, this is during my watch. Is this during my watch?
Triples.
Whose watch is this?
Triples.
Yeah, maybe you would have waken up Swift if you want to do stuff.
I'm sorry, I like spaced over that part.
This could
That's okay.
this could totally be how you wake up Party Triple if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, you would at least maybe wake up a couple of people who are willing to get up and investigate it. Yeah.
All right, if you're awake and investigating, feel free to give me that crafting roll. I see triples.
I'm untrained in crafting.
Thankfully, you have me.
Yeah, thankfully.
Finally, something I'm good at. Oh no, it wasn't blind.
Wonderful. So I see Triple and Pingling, you start scritching around. Swift, you're certainly helping, I'm sure. As far as you guys can determine, it's like this is just what's under the ground. It's not like a specific big box or anything like that. This is just what the dirt is on top of. And
How far does this go?
you go so far, like I said, it's like 20, 30 feet away, continues to go. You even start seeing like you still see these pillars around, like I said, like these are embedded in the ground. Your crafting check would likely get you more the impression that you're kind of standing on some sort of machine to an extent.
First the gear, and now this? Why is so much stuff just out here in the ground? Did the sand erode on top of this?
Maybe it could be some kind of ancient technology. This looks like metal.
It is, yes. It's the same kind of metal that you guys had definitely seen when you guys passed by one of the clockwork junkyards way up north.
Well, I think the best we can do, honestly, is just move on at this point.
Wait, did we all wake up?
Yeah, once people do, of course.
Okay, of course, yeah. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
How far do you think telekinetic projectile could throw
I'm
that?
going to help you out with that, Electra.
Oh, let's see it.
Oh, I forgot about that alarm clock.
No, she's not actually gonna.
Duck does.
Hey, Swift, I swear to God, I have a man inside.
Roll, oh, you son of a... Alright. You better keep that one close.
I'll aim carefully.
I don't think she hits your AC, Fortuna.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
his sword was starting to power up and crackle, but then he realized there's the guy.
Yeah.
You better hold that one close, Fortuna.
Oh, so nobody go with. Okay.
All right. And yeah, he feels a lot safer in this box now. Oh yes, he still doesn't believe that your sword's conductive, but at least he didn't until he saw it like briefly charge up, and he's just like, "Oh, that explains it." Like, you know.
For real,
Hmm.
don't worry about us pinning this on that person. He whispers, of course, because I don't know if these cameras are around. Chair happens to be the person who wants to start that war engine. The thing is, though, is I don't think they're going to believe us if we tell them, hey, you should look for that. The only way they're going to stop caring is if we give them a reason to.
And who are you telling this to?
Mr. Toppenhatten, because I know he was worried about the thing.
Oh yes, yes, yes. So
Yeah.
you're just explaining circumstances to him, yeah.
Yeah, I'm explaining why I think this plot might work out. I think as we get closer, at some point, I'm probably going to need to go into stealth or something and start going into Babbage mode.
Babbage mode. Nice. Okay. As you guys get your 2 hexes here today, let me pull up my stuff here. There it is. All right. Let me stay here. Now you guys can kind of hear like a rhythmic clatter of trains gently on the move long before you get there. I mean, you see it way before you I guess you definitely see it before you hear anything. The horizon ahead kind of begins to shimmer and dance with lights as like evening falls, as well as moving unnatural shadows from electricity that you can very clearly see arcing between towers. Emerging from the distance, the towering silhouette of Fort Advocacy looms closer. On its own, a mechanical marvel, quite unlike anything you've seen before. You, in fact, kind of see like a lot of different train lines coming in here, going out, like going southward in the direction of Goldenport. You see probably 5 or 6 different train lines in its own, as well as like one that goes up to where you assume to be Poulton, one that goes to like the left, which still seems to be powered. The one at Poulton definitely doesn't seem to be. You hear another one of those arcs from the distance, like zap across, like one of the towers. It briefly, like, it lights up the entire area just for a second, and that's probably where you see like a number of trains parked in there, adorned with ornate metalwork. Some of them kind of like just going around the area, some of them darting out toward Goldenport, some of them darting back in. Above all, what seems to be some sort of control center stands sentinel, the very center of that hive of activities, where you see probably engineers walking on railways, generally being safe, effectively.
Doggy! Alright.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Person at my door. Alrighty. But yeah, it's that's what you guys see going in. Pretty much like the little flashes of electricity, or like mainly the things that are lighting your way. Though the trail that you guys are following doesn't necessarily like continue there. Like it kind of comes in this direction, but it's clear by the time you guys are getting up to the actual fort itself, you're starting to walk less on like a smooth sand or packed down dirt, and it's more just like a clink, clink, clink as you guys are, like, it rises out of the ground, this metal sheet that leads up to the fort that seems to have been part of that underground structure you guys were trying to dig up earlier.
Solar freaking roadway.
What's more concerning is the fact that there seems to be a fence all around this particular thing. Your sword starts to buzz, Swift.
Buzz, huh?
Mm-hmm. Like, it's kind of like vibrating of its own
Probably
accord.
conductive to everything around me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, first thing, he claps his hooves. We need to get to the train station.
Okay.
We need to see if anyone, what's going on exactly.
All right. Well, you're free to go try to get in there. The question is, are you just going over the fence? Are you trying to find an opening? What's going on?
Into the fort?
Yeah, it's like I said, it all you really see is like a giant wall slash fence kind of like around this massive structure that, if you guys have ever seen a substation, it's got all the various like cylindrical electrical bits and bobs, things, hang on, substation parts. I just need to remember what the particular part I'm thinking of is, because I know what it looks like. If only Kicker were here. Alright. Let's see, there we go. Yeah, they're insulators, bus pipes, lots of cables everywhere.
I want to start seeing, maybe either with the help of Sertong and Haven, where exactly the main controls or some point of failure is in this substation. I also want to see kind of like, we can also figure out maybe, I don't know at this distance, but why our line in particular shut down. That's still a question.
And I'm gonna give him a crafting roll for that as you ask him that. Let's see. I can't promise anything, mind. Been a while. And he's going to roll a skill. This level. Fantastic. Considers. I can't say for certain without being inside, but I would imagine, and he points to that big central, like the tallest sort of tower in the center where you guys had seen, you see some clockworks that are still going around, like on some of the walkways and stuff. I imagine that would be probably the point of failure you're thinking of. It looks somewhat like a control station.
Sorry, what was that? You said like a tower?
Yes. Yes, there's like a large tower in like the center of Fort Advocacy that you could definitely see towering over everything else. And he's kind of pointing out the people or ponies rather, who are going across some of the walkways. They seem to have like, horde hats on. They definitely seem to be working.
There are two questions we have to answer here. One, why did our line in particular shut down? Two, how do we shut down theirs?
I've got an idea for part 2.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
To blow it up?
Maybe.
I'm not against that.
It's up to you guys. It's
Well,
not my adventure.
Here's the thing. So I can start disguise and getting in, but I'd like some way to maybe let the party move in, even if it's like behind or something. And the only way I can think of doing that is to dress up as Babbage and start causing some distractions in this plant that gives the rest of the party some leeway to break into.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know if somebody has a disguise spell. If not, I could just use my kit.
I don't.
All right. Well, I'm gonna find a private place. Disguise as Babbage.
Alrighty. With that, Triple, you eventually, I imagine, make a pass by the party after you get your disguise ready. And oh my god, it's Babbage!
I don't know if I can pull off the imitation of his voice.
I don't know if that'll be so important right now.
I look the part at least, right?
I was
Yes.
about to shoot you.
Good.
Probably nobody here even knows what he sounds like, so...
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Okay. So, if that's the case, I think he's gonna start doing just that. He's gonna sneak in, and then, I don't know, start disabling some devices.
Yeah, gonna
Maybe
need a stealth first.
Yes.
Step 1, we gotta sneak in.
Wow,
Yeah.
that really teased it. He's
That's
going to
good,
use an
though.
invisibility rune, though.
Yes.
Because at the very least, he's got that on his armor. It will just alert people that somebody's around, but they won't be able to see him unless
Yeah.
they start using some.
Yes, and you start sneaking on in. Now, as you start sneaking in, it's not necessarily personnel that it seems like you were sneaking from. You start getting a view of what you could definitely probably start seeing as electric elementals that just seem to be zapping across some of the lines and stuff.
Ah.
And one of them just kind of like hovers above like one of the little pylons that they're on, and they just like look in your direction, and that's where you feel like the fur, even though you're invisible, you feel the fur like start to stand up on end, triple, and it's like looking in your direction suspiciously.
Please don't see me, he thinks to himself, and he starts looking around. Can he see a Percepto to see if these guys are being like fueled by anything?
Yes, blind perception. Just to immediately see if there's like an obvious place where this is happening. You look around, you don't see an obvious place where this is happening, but you do see cables that all, pretty much as you get past the fence. The main thing to probably note is that most of these cables, most everything, seems to go to the ground first, and then feed along to that central tower, effectively.
These cables, are they connecting to the lines in which these elementals are?
Yes, and they seemingly at will could just like phew, and just disappear into them. Right? They could travel down the cables, no problem. This one, however, just continues to like look at you, at least where you are, and it's almost like testing. It just zap. Give me a reflex save.
Yeah.
That's a bit better.
And you miss the electric bolt, and like you hear somebody you hear like one of the service workers probably from around there like call that out like, hey, and then immediately the electric elemental disappears like like through the wires, right? It's not damn things getting a little wily these days, he says. You gotta watch out for things like that, see, newbie? And he points out that particular like pylon that it was on, and he's just
hey, you said newbie, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna start stalking this newbie and see if he ever needs a moment to himself or something.
Yeah, he said newbie, and then you start following him, and he just kind of grumbles. He's just like, I told you, just because I'm younger doesn't make me a newbie. Why'd they send you this way then? Well, I was in a dig site, he says, as if he'd told this guy this story already several times, right? I told you I was at a dig site, and they closed it in Goldenport until further notice, he says. And so they sent you up here? Yeah, I guess this is the current project that they have me on. Somebody with no experience just sends you up to the substation, and then all this stuff goes around. They really can't say anything, can they? This is the regulators' fault. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's the regulators' fault. I guarantee it. And they're just having this conversation as you're kind of following them along. They don't seem to.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Real quick. Let's just see if I can pickpocket anything from one of these guys.
Okay. See the thievery.
Once a rogue, always a rogue.
Alright, you go to reach into their back pocket, and you pull out what seems to be an ID card.
Alright. I'm taking that. Next, I don't want the party to deal with these elementals, but I'm not going to be too obvious about them yet. I'm going to start twisting all the cables into one big cable for cutting purposes later, so that later on I can go just throw a knife at it and slice it up.
Alright. Now, that might be a little bit harder to do to put them all in mass. These cables, like I said, they kind of go down into the ground and into that metal casing, like the actual brass floor.
Just the parts that I can see, so that what I want to eventually cut all these cables at once, right? But in order to do that, I kind of want to start tangling them up together into one big thing.
Okay. Well, I'm just letting you know, there is a lot of cables, and it is going to be very hard to put them all in one place. But you can certainly tangle up some here and there, and make like a probably like a better spot where you can hit multiple ones.
This would work as long as we got a bit of an opening for when things start to go crazy.
Okay. And yeah, I will need another stealth roll, just to keep yourself hidden, and a crafting check. I feel like this is crafting worthy.
There we go. Oh, I see.
Yes.
Yeah, for this one, that's my stealth roll, and there's my crafting roll.
How long does your invisibility rune last? Just curious.
10 minutes, but I technically don't need it to stay invisible because of, my level 15 feet.
Yes. Trust me. I understand you're rogue. Like, all right, you start tangling up wires and that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
You get like it's almost like those electric elementals. Here's the thing: is like they don't necessarily be able to, like, they don't have eyes. They're just like little sprites of electricity, right?
Yeah.
But like whenever you're around, like they pop out of their pylons and they like look around curiously, as if they're like looking for something to shock. Like it's like they feel something in the area.
Right.
And that's when you start like kind of like lacing some wires over each other, and you're trying to find the ones that might be like the easiest to do, because some of these, like I'll point out, like it would be hard for a knife to go through. It's really thick. It's like cable, like those kind of things. Like
I go voice chat.
Using my sneak, I actually want to start going around. I got an idea. I want to start going around and see what might be manipulating or controlling, if there's like maybe some way to say, hey, elementals, go to this location or something. Well, I don't know if a crafting check or something. I'm gonna start looking around for stuff like that.
I'm sorry, you're trying to just look around for something to like encourage the elementals to a certain place?
Yeah. If there's any trick or something, I don't know, I could use a crafting check if you want, to see if there's a trick to getting these elementals to go somewhere. Because if we send all the elementals to one place, things could get bad for that one place.
Oh, yes. You could certainly give me that crafting check.
Yes.
Nice. Alright, you start looking around. Now, namely, what you garner more from warning signs of things is, it's like, warning, no swords allowed. Warning, like, no metal objects, no outside metal objects within limits. Always wear your safety inhibitor cap. And it always shows like the cap, and that's what every one of these clockworks is wearing, because I mean they're made of metal. And big OSHA warning signs, just like, remember, electric elementals love things to shock. Don't be one of their victims. And it's just got OSHA warnings all over, pretty much, more or less, if you want to look at it like that. Outside of the gates, I just want to point out to party, I mean, you probably start seeing some of the wires that are just being jostled and moved on the side that Triple was. But then you guys also, on the outside of Florida Advocacy, start seeing wires move on the other side, where Triple is not.
That doesn't seem good. That one's probably Triple, but is someone else screwing with the wires too? There's no way Cher's here already.
I'll cast a setting to Triple, and I'll let him know. It looks like someone else is messing with wires too, maybe.
Cher's not here, but we know that somebody's messing already, because they were on the train when somebody started messing with it. So probably someone the Thread Rippers is here.
Yeah, let's start percepting.
Yep. Fine perception. From the outside, Electra and Madame Fortuna, you guys don't necessarily see anything that would suggest, like, someone who's not supposed to be here. I mean, you're still seeing those people that are kind of like walking around like walkways or anything, but nothing too obvious past there. Triple, as you are kind of like walking around, you might see one or two workers, like they, like one of them might say just like, "Yeah, I'll see you on lunch" or something, and see you later. Like, I'm gonna go check on this transformer or whatever, and then they'll say like, "Yeah, bye," and then they split ways. One particular worker might look like left and right, and then just kind of like kick something over and then leave, like like that kind of stuff, like, or unplug something or move a wire.
All right, pickpocket that guy.
Yeah, you pickpocket. Go for it. You go to pickpocket that particular individual, and he does not necessarily see you. Lift off of him a very familiar-looking type of sickle.
Let's see what this sickle is. Like, is it a Threadripper sickle of some
Oh
kind?
yeah.
All right, let's see what this guy. This guy like needs to go in like any empty room or something, or like that. I'm gonna keep on following him around for a little bit.
Yeah, like, he definitely goes into like a control room at some point, and just kind of like goes in there. He's whistling. He looks left, looks right. He doesn't seem to pick up, and he starts like fiddling with some knobs and that kind of thing. And you see, probably labeled above it, you see that it's you just see that it's some sort of power distributor. And he's just kind of like playing with some of the knobs, doing that kind of thing, and you start seeing things spark around, and then like one of the things blows up, and he very quickly turns around to try to like leave the scene, right, as you start hearing some other workers go like, "Hey, what is going on around here?" Like that kind of thing.
Why should I let this guy get stopped? He's causing enough trouble for me. Let's go and take a look at the central tower.
Alright. You go take a look at the central tower. And, I guess you're going up to it, or you're just taking a look at it?
Yeah, I want to see what the security is, and if we need to even make a distraction to start making a break-in.
Gotcha. You start going over there. The security you see is pretty simple. Workers that are rushing over to the control tower to see what's up. First thing they'll do is they'll beep a little ID card against the door. It'll open. They have to do that for each one. There's a little camera up front that seems to kind of monitor that. And once they're let in, the door shuts behind them. Like really fast. Yeah.
Looks like we'll need... I think that probably our best chance at this point is to go ahead, find this guy. First of all, let's go and find and see if there's like a medical room of any kind.
All right. So you're going in because you have the ID card, right?
I know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get this guy to get knocked out, and before I try like picking a fight with him, I'm going to see if there's any chemicals or substances that might be able to help me. So that's why I'm looking for a medical room of some kind. I'm looking for that stuff that they put in cloth before covering somebody's like mouth with it to knock them out.
You're looking around for a medical room, and you don't seem to find one. You find a tool shed.
I don't know if there's something. I don't know if I could use medicine to find some, or like crafting or something to find a substance that could knock somebody out quickly.
Looks like the most abundant substance here to knock somebody out is electricity.
That's a violent. Okay, let's see.
Probably don't want fluids on an electric job site, more or less, is what I'm getting at.
Okay, I've got two plans here. One is that I start causing some trouble on the ground floor to make some havoc and break in. The second idea is to just find like a commoner and, knock him out basically. Hit him on the back of the head.
Correct. Judo chop.
Alright, that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go with the second option. I'm going to go find that guy.
Alright, you go find that guy. That guy seems to be going over to some kind of door controls.
Okay. See what he's doing.
He's just kind of, and somebody else asked before, you see what he's doing, right? You're like, "Hey, what are you doing out here?"
Yeah.
Just testing the doors. Something, one of the transformers exploded. Just want to make sure we have have the doors open in case an emergency evacuation is needed.
I need to find somebody, like, in a completely out of the way place. Ideally, something like a break room or a bathroom or something where they're not being watched and like, hey, why did your appearance suddenly change? Because I want to steal their disguise. I want to steal their uniform and start breaking into that through the front door.
Well, here's where you're going to be disappointed, Triple. There is no break room, and there is no bathroom.
These guys are completely metallic. The only option at this point is that we have to just follow one of these guys up to the door and quickly see if we can jump in while they're going in as well. That's my other option.
Need a reflex save if you're trying to do that.
Yeah. That's good. Makes sense. This sucks. We can't. These guys really are just machines, so there isn't much we can do other than this.
And you wait until one of them goes back into the door. Beep. And you slip in. Right before, And it's funny because, like, as you slip in, like, there is, like, a sensor on the other side that I'm sure it detects if somebody has entered, right? And then the door immediately shuts on that other person. Like, you just slide into the door. And, hey, what is wrong with this thing?
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Yeah. So he definitely doesn't see you slide in. But as you kind of, like, look into here, this is where you kind of, like, you feel all the fur on your being raise up as you look up and see hundreds of electric elementals floating around the room that all just kind of stop. And
is there a staircase of some kind?
And look in your direction. There is an elevator, but they're just all kind of like hovering, like they're looking for whatever the fuck just entered without safety equipment.
Let's see points of interest in this room. Let's see if there's anything in this room that, like, I could take note of.
Well, in this particular room, the most notable thing is that there's a lot of electric elementals. Some of them seem to be going in and out of wiring that seems to, like, the wires themselves don't necessarily connect up. They kind of just, like, they're slotted in the side of the halls and room in ways that you can see these elementals jump from one and literally arc over to the other one.
Right.
The most notable thing is probably up top, up the elevator, if you're able to get to it, and luckily you see a couple people that are boarding the elevator now.
Alright, reflex into that.
Alright. Alright, you reflex into there. There's like 2 or 3 other people there. They don't seem to see you, but the guy that seems to have probably the authority to make sure, like, he's some safety guy or whatever, right? So looking around, he's making sure everybody's got their helmet on. Alright, good. Remember, and he's like talking to these guys as if they're also somewhat new, right? Remember, always keep your helmet on. We go up this elevator, if anybody does not have a helmet, these things will attack you. You understand? Right.
That's not safe.
Well, when one of these guys look away, I'm going to steal one of their helmets.
Oh my god.
Hey,
which one?
It's before the elevator starts, of course.
Yeah.
They can just go run out and grab a new one. I'll re-roll it if I need to.
Okay. Yeah, and whoop, there goes the helmet. Hey!
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, he points at that particular person. I thought you almost got in trouble. Like, got yourself in trouble, Missy. And she's like, I swear I had my helmet on. And she's like, well, lucky you, I have one right over here. Give me a second. Stay right here. Do not leave this Faraday cage. And he goes out, pulls up one of the helmets. All right, a little bit larger.
Real quick, can I see if there's any security on the upper floor?
Not till you're there.
Okay.
But yes,
I'm gonna try something ballsy, but we'll just wait.
Yeah, he's gonna. Okay. Hold on to your helmets. Don't take them off. I don't want to have to fill out another form because some newbies wanted to be brave. In the moment you put on this helmet, Triple, all the electric elementals just continue on their business. Now, you guys on the outside of things, you guys back on the outside, the weird thing is that, like, when you first came in here, you guys saw some of these electrical elementals, like, zipping from wires to wires, transformers, all that stuff, right? You do notice the stark change. Like, the moment that Triple would have entered the building without a helmet, all of those electric elementals that were on the outside just went, like, into the building. Like they all just like went there. And now, after a moment, Triple steals the cap. He puts it back on. Everybody on the outside, you see all these electric elementals, disperse back out to what they're doing.
Wonder what that was about. Part of the routine, I assume.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So if... Okay. I might use this later, but we've established that this attracts all the elementals. When somebody just exists inside that building without a helmet, it attracts the elementals, and that's useful to know. But I'm gonna just keep that in mind, and we'll just go on the elevator.
You go on the elevator. And because you have your helmet on, nothing seems to be amiss, right? You get to the top, right up to the top. And that's where you see that, other workers with helmets are looking around. There's definitely some blinking red lights around the thing. A lot of vacuum tubes where you just see these electric elementals just going, they're bouncing around through them and that kind of thing, right? And like there's one particular person that's at almost like a speakerphone. Train 99, slow your descent. Train 99, please come in. Why aren't they talking to us? I don't know. Train 99, do you read? And there's no response. Hey, what's going on over here? Says that guy that you went up the elevator with, Triple.
Right. Big guy.
There's some train, and it hasn't slowed up coming into the fort. I'll force him to. I would like to, he says, more like matter-of-factly to the guy. But unfortunately, something is going wrong with our unit right now, Captain. And he's just like, what? You just can't turn off power? And he kind of blinks. No, not to that one, because whatever the hell went wrong, there's only a couple lines out here that even have power. That's not good. How fast is it going? Full speed. And he kind of blinks. Oh dear. This is an oh shit moment sort of deal, right? This hasn't hit yet. It's just out there, but it's coming.
Okay, so my only explanation for that is that this guy who's going around and messing with things might be the cause of it. I don't know though if. So I guess there's two options at this point. We shut down the power to everything, right? I'm saying this kind of out of character. We shut down the power to everything, which makes it so that this guy can't manipulate anything anymore. Or we take down this guy. The difficulty with both of them is if we go shut down everything, obviously that might hamper people who could actually help us. However, if we shut down everything, that also would mean that they can't screw around with it anymore. They would need to wait for repairs themselves. We're already closer to the city than they are. And it's a bit of a scorched earth tactic, but it would do some help. I don't know what you guys think is preferable.
I think whatever we can do to delay them and then get to Golden Port first.
Okay, so am I hearing we just shut everything down? We just burn, make everything as difficult as it can possibly be?
I think so, yes.
Alright, then let's start looking around and see where... I'm gonna start looking around for where, power is sourced.
You start the power source is all around you. You see all those electric elementals. That is the power source. These guys are starting to be in a little bit of a frantic, they're going back and forth. They still are switching knobs and that kind of thing. And the captain has kind of pulled up his britches more or less and is just all right, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna divert them. Yeah, divert them down to. And he looks out over the window and he points. Remember how he said there was 5 different lines that go straight to Golden Port?
Yeah.
From here, you can see that there are specifically 3 of them that are still lit up. 2 of them are not. Divert them. Divert them down line. Which line can we divert them down? 3, sir. Alright. Switch them down line 3. And prepare one of our trains. We'll have to try to stop it manually, he says, pretty factually. Isn't that dangerous, sir? A little. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it.
Heck, maybe I don't even need to do anything. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna keep an eye out for that guy, though.
Yeah, like that person, like you kind of like peek out over, you're trying to see if you could catch sight of him. You do see that he's just kind of like looking around. Like he seems to be like looking at a timepiece and like looking around. He's definitely like, waiting for something. And that's when you start to see like, I mean, they're obeying their captain's orders, right? Like it's just
Yeah.
and you see that the line coming in from the west of Fort Advocacy has been redirected in a way that will take it directly to Goldenport. But at the same time, like you remember how like the metal floor, like you know that whole metal floor was like a thing, right?
Yeah.
Outside party, give me a reflex save.
Oh no.
Oh, goody.
Nice.
Hold on, let me get to the page.
Nice.
Oh
Yeah. Swift and Madame Fortuna are quick to jump to the side, but Electra, there's a sudden like opening of the ground that you fall into. Oh no!
no! Oh god, she's got her mare pods in.
Aegis scales!
And you look down like, oh shit, what happened to Electra? And she seems to be rising back up on a platform on a train. Seems to be rising from this particular part underneath that was underneath the ground. Seems like a train that has been long not used, but it is definitely an older piece of technology, and it definitely has the Goldenport Bannermanes symbol on the side as it you know, like steam from the side, and Electra is just kind of like there on top of it.
He is holding on for dear life.
Oh yes, and it starts to turn. And that's where like the rest of you guys, like as it turns, you see the name on the side of the train. It just says Quickster.
Maybe these guys will fix things for us. Maybe I don't have to do anything.
And he kind of like looks around, the captain up there, Triple, kind of like, they don't seem to have noticed the lecture on the top here. It's a little far away or whatever. But he kind of like looks around. He's like, all right, any volunteers? Any? Not just gonna be me. Like, you know, like nobody's volunteering. Sir, we have to maintain this. I think you're the only one that's capable of going. Like, you know, like they're kind of in a scramble right now. Ah, damn it. You know, like he's all right. Well, I'll do what needs to be done. Right? He's going to the elevator again. Safety cap on. What are you doing, Triple?
Shoot, I don't know. Honestly, like at this point, I think it's good to just observe what's going on. If this guy legitimately wants to stop it, so I don't know. Let's keep watching him and seeing if he's gonna get like screwed around with from the obvious Threadripper guy.
Like remember, like I said, the Threadripper was waiting at the bottom. That's where the captain seems to be going.
Okay, let's go and see if we can intercept this Threadripper.
All right. You sneak onto the thing. Give me another stealth roll, just for the sake of it. Gotta keep doing those.
And I'll recharge. I'll reuse another rune. I got 3 of those.
Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, Triple. You are a fucking ghost, and you go down. Not even so much as a like a little static, static shock comes your way from these things. Get that down there. Captain's kind of like pulled up his britches. He's going alone. He goes up to the door, and like as he kind of like scans his card, that's when like the door opens, but you see that dude that was messing about also had his card on the door, and that's when he like immediately like he pushes the captain in, and immediately starts to look like he's going for his cap.
I got an idea. Okay, I got an idea. I'm trying to think. Okay, so these Threadrippers connected to Bavoid, right? Yes. I'm disguised as Bavoid still, and he's going for him. Mm-hmm. I am going to see if I can whisper in this guy's ear, trying to like imitate a sending of some kind, saying the plans have changed. The train needs to stop right now.
Yeah.
I'll do a Decepto.
You could certainly try.
damn it.
That's a
Okay,
good plan.
I'll 1d4 if I need it. Hey, these guys, we know that Cher and Babbage do not get along. Anyone with a brain would be able to see that from them. Unless this guy is like, I will fight for Cher. Maybe he might think, I don't know, like, oh, what if there's something going on here? All right. Should I can re-roll that if you'd like.
Well, yes, and the way that it's like, this doesn't seem to be registering to the dude that is currently trying to push this guy back into the room of elementals.
Right, this guy.
It's like he's literally acting right now. Are you allowing him to push the person before you do this?
Ah, I see. Okay, why don't I just grab him first before we do anything? Let's just athletics him, and I'm gonna just go for his mouth.
Give me an initiative roll. I want to see which one of you guys would technically have started.
Would have started this? Yeah.
Yes.
I'll it's a stealth thing. 35. My initiative says 35. Oh, I see. Okay, here we go.
All right, here's his. All right,
Okay.
triple.
All right, let's just athletics him.
Yeah,
I can honestly just use assurance.
Go for it. All right, and you athletics him. And I mean, this ends your invisibility because grabbing somebody is an attack. You know, like, hey!
I'm gonna cover his mouth if I can.
Yeah, you cover, and he stops for a second, and dude, you know, the captain dude's just like eyes wide, like he looked like he was about to get fucking attacked, because he was. Who are you?
I'm still disguised as Babbage, aren't
Yes, you are. That's why I'm asking. But who are you?
Is this the cap? Is this the guy who was just about to get pushed?
Yeah, it was clear this Threadripper was about to try to take off that guy's cap in this big room.
Yeah. He's like, you know, honestly, just telling the truth might be the best choice here. He's gonna just say, "Don't you notice that this guy was about to take off your cap?"
Huh? And he looks down toward that guy. He's like shaking his head, and he's trying to gesture toward like he can't really gesture. You got him nabbed down. Step out! You can't leave the door open. You start seeing a little blinking red light.
All right, these guys are being reasonable. Just follow instructions.
Yes. Outside, like as Triple, you're taking this guy like outside, right? The party on the outside. Electra, the train that you're on starts to kind of like slot itself into the tracks, like the actual main track line. Seemingly track number 1 is what the label is. And it just kind of
Okay,
stops
now I can whisper to this guy. I directly look like Babbage. The guy who is about to push him, he says, "The plans have changed." I'm gonna tell him.
Huh? How are you?
I don't question my methods. I'm far more powerful than you ever possibly can be. Moving this far of a distance is trivial for someone like me. Don't you remember that?
No. He's just like stammering. It's scary. Like,
listen, my partner has broken the plans. She wants everything to herself. Only I can rule everything. And if she takes over, you will lose your power.
He kind of like blinks. Give me Deceptoid, if you will.
Deceptoid, yeah.
It's a pretty
I
good.
need you to vouch for me, and then I need you to help me stop that train. We must put an end to her as soon as possible.
Hey! Says the captain, who's just like coming in the middle of all this, like, because he looks like he's about to respond, right? Like the dude, he's, I should, you know, the guy, like, the captain interrupts. Hey!
He whispers, "Vouch for me, or I will take away all the power I have given you."
and he kind of like, he blinks, and he looks at you. He seems to be trying to determine something. And then, let me make sure of this first. He's kind of like, let me go,
Yeah.
let me go.
He does so.
And he steps back, and you see him start to cast something. Not at you, but like he starts to cast something.
All right, what is it? I don't really have detect magic, so there's nothing I can do.
If you have recognized spell, you
Nope.
can. Okay.
I don't got it.
Okay. He can certainly cast something. Closes his eyes for a second. Are you guys listening to me? Says the captain. And at the same time this is happening, he kind of opens his eyes and he looks at you, Triple. He pulls up like a hoof and he points at you, and he's like, "You're a faker."
What is this guy gonna do? Okay, so if this guy thinks that he's a faker, you know what I'm gonna use? I'm gonna use.
God damn it! I don't have time for this.
Let me. We're at least holding this guy up. We're
Yes.
at least achieving that. But I actually do have a confabulator, so I can just keep lying to this guy.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh my God, Triple.
You know what? I'm gonna use that and reveal machinations. I'm gonna see if I can remember something about this guy's life and spook him with it. He's like, I remember how weak you were beforehand. Do you want to go back to that? And I don't know. He's gonna try like making up. Like, I remember finding you in that alleyway. Or something. Let's
See it.
Percepto.
Damn.
Jesus. You start
Shouting
shouting.
ears at him.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, he's whispering it to him.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The goon guy. He's trying to convince this guy that he isn't a faker.
Yeah, you start saying this stuff. I have power, and you're not a real. You can't take this away from me. And he goes to like grab his sickle, which is no longer there.
Watch me. He says he holds it up. He like flashes it to him, kind of like not to the guy who can see us, but to him. I've already taken away everything. Do you want me to give it back to you? Listen carefully to exactly what I want to do.
Now, I'm gonna pause you there because somebody pokes their head out of the control tower around now. Sir, 5 minutes, probably less. He's like looking. I gotta get on the Quickster. Like he's like, I don't have time for this right now. Like there's a lot of things going on.
He turns to the guy who actually is an employee here. And he makes like the dumbest, like most mentally challenged, huh? Where am I? This place had robots. I like robots.
Oh, who are you doing this to?
To the guy who actually is an employee. I want to show to him that this is not worth his time. This is just like, oh, some dumbass broke in.
Like that guy doesn't seem concerned at all about whatever the hell is happening down here. He can't really hear you guys or anything.
Okay, is he already on the train?
He was just letting the captain know whatever's inbound is probably less than 5 minutes from going down that track.
Not that guy, the captain guy. I want him to just get going, like, oh, this isn't worth my time, you know?
Well, yes, like, he's just like, I don't have time to deal with this right now. He's, like, getting ready to, like, just leave you guys. Like, that.
Okay, yep.
Apparently this other problem with the Quickster is, like, way more important, than the other thing, because, I mean, from what you were gathering, Triple, they're coming in on a speeding train that's going straight into Goldenport, and they need to stop it.
Yeah, well, this guy's gonna go stop it, so I'm not gonna stop him. Let the captain go.
Alright, yeah, he just, kind of, like, runs over. Alright, start her up! And he just kind of, like shouts upwards. And while you're kind of, like, still here with this other dude, he very clearly doesn't have his sickle. He doesn't seem like he's very, like, it's kind of one of those things where he seems to know that he's not supposed to, he seems to know that you're not the real one, but he can't see how you're not, right? Like, that's the problem. But he seems to be holding on to that particular belief. Just like, you're not the real one. I don't know. I'm not gonna do anything until he tells me in my head. Not whatever you are. You know, he's kind of like.
You seem to be mentally challenged. I think I will explain this to you. Have you ever heard of the Mirror of Sortion?
No. And he just shakes his head.
I have managed to split my personality into multiple beings. This is magic beyond your comprehension.
He kind of like blinks.
I am everywhere at every time, all at once.
Be that as it may. And he gestures around the place where you guys start seeing like literally you hear the train sound. and Electra, it happens like right next to your ear. It's the worst. Yeah, from the distance, and Triple, he gestures. It's far too late. They're all, look at them, look! And he gestures up around the actual place, like up and around. This is where you start seeing like electric elementals. And they're getting excited about something, and then you start seeing like the Quickster over there start to move down along like I said, he's kind of getting ready on track 1. It's like now it's kind of like waiting on the turn to go straight down the way of like Goldenport, like it's ready to go. And the captain is like putting on his cap. You guys on the outs, like what are you guys on the outside doing? What you can see this port. I just wanna let the outside people have some interaction here. You guys see this like this portly sort of clockwork move out of the doors that were being tested earlier to the fence, right? And I mean, like that was in the direction of you guys. And he doesn't even seem to care that you guys are there. He's just like, move! Like he bowls past you guys. What are you guys doing?
Electra's holding on for dear life.
Swift, Fortuna, what are you guys doing?
I phased out for a second. I don't know what's happening.
God damn it. Swift! Swift!
Oh no!
Oh God! Don't make me do it.
They got run over already.
No, don't make me do it. I'll end session right now.
It's swabbling.
It's Swift. What are you doing?
He's probably just accidentally muted.
No.
No, he's got his thing on.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
The real question is this guy, this clockwork engineer guy is going to Goldenport to what end? I thought they were trying to stop this train from arriving here.
They are. They have to do it in the Quickster.
Ah, so then why is he going to Goldenport though?
Because
he was, like, aimed down there.
Well, they were aiming down Goldenport because the last thing you want to have is a speeding train running into your substation. So they have plenty of track between Goldenport and here to try to stop it.
Ah, I see. So this train is accelerating to it. Well, okay, then that really leaves only one option left.
So the train is already...
Oh, go on.
Sorry, the runaway train is already through Advocacy on its way to Goldenport, is that true?
One of the guys had shouted, less than 5 minutes, sir, like, it's coming to Fort Advocacy, but it is not slowing down, and they've diverted the train track to go to Goldenport so it doesn't run into the train station.
I see. Oh, okay, and then, okay.
And now they've loaded up the Quickster, and it's the emergency Quickster to try to catch up with it, along, like, because they said they diverted it onto track 3, the Quickster's on track 1, and they'll be neck and neck, and hopefully trying to stop it, is the idea.
And we don't have any way to cut power.
Yeah, these electric elementals are far too fucking excited.
The only thing we can do is to shut down those electric elementals.
What if we just cut the track?
I mean, we could. That is an option.
They would probably do that if that would work. There's probably a reason why they haven't.
Yeah.
Electra would, in the moment, in character, Electra would shout, "You guys, hop on! If they're gonna go stop the train, this is where we should be!"
I suppose, honestly, that sounds like the most reasonable option at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because, like, I can't think of a way to shut down the power. It's self-created.
Actually, here's a good question for the GM, or anybody who did the sending and remembers, or the scrying and remembers. Did it look like they were alone on the train, or were there other, like, civilians on that train with them?
Other Threadrippers, I think.
Yeah, I mean, when you guys were scrying on them, there was other Threadrippers in the thing with them, and Sharon Babbage.
It was just the Threadrippers and them, though?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
civilians?
I'm sure complete destruction is an option in that case.
It's not a matter of whether we should at this point. It's just that I don't know how we can completely shut it down. These elementals, it's not like some substation. Unless there's a wire we can find that we can cut.
No, Triple. We make it crash. We make them crash.
Okay, that's fair.
So you guys probably hear that distant train whistle. It's coming.
All right.
So do we know for certain that there's? We don't know for certain that there's just fucking Red Rippers. Could there be civilians in it?
Could there be what in it?
Could there be civilians in it?
Well,
I'm assuming all we saw was Cher and Babbage and their immediate vicinity.
Yeah, but how many cars are there?
We probably don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Do we have any goo? Any goo that is? Do we have any goo that is non-conductive that we can spray right at the floor of the elementals so that they stop conducting electricity?
No, says Duck, and she bonks your box. Get on the stupid train!
And she's also pulling Pingwing, who's once again got his bag. I don't want to go on the train.
Oh, you big baby!
And she's like pulling Pingwing onto the train. I mean, the captain doesn't seem to have much put much thought into making sure people weren't on it. He is just frantically going at the controls. He's pulled up Pigwig. Pigwig. So Duck's on there, Electra's on top, Pigwig's in there. And then that's where
we're on the train.
Our goals are aligned at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our goals are beyond your comprehension.
And as you guys kind of get on the train, I mean, you hear the right, the power line of the other train that's going by, and then that's where you see her, Cher, sticking her head out the window just for a second to give you a meh.
Oh yeah.
And then she goes by, and that's when the conductor punches the button, and the train starts to speed off. But
let's jump on.
But I think that's where we're gonna end today, y'all.
We didn't get gold.
That is a good cliffhanger, to be fair.
Yes. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and push the buttons. Everybody say bye, 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 bye.